Good morning. Previously, we were discussing the appreciation of poetry, how to critically appreciate a poem. So, in continuation with the same, you will note that a true poetry must have the following features. First of all comes music. The first essential of true poetry is verbal music, or what we call word music. It is how the poet arranges the words with beautiful sounds, using the word rhyming together and various figures of speech like onomatopoeia, alliteration, repetition, hyperbole, etc. These are all poetic devices to make a poem musical. First of all, what is onomatopoeia? It is a word that phonetically resembles the sound of the thing it describes. Example, what is the sound of a dog barking? A dog's bark, a cat's meow, or a snake's hiss. These sounds are known as onomatopoeic sounds. Then comes alliteration. As I already told you, alliteration, it is the repetition of words that start with the same sound. Example, cheered, cleared, sun, sea, shone, and beat, bread, bassoon, etc. Clear? So where there is a repetition of the same sound, it is known as alliteration. Then next, repetition is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases to make an idea clearer and more memorable. Example, the very popular poem written by Robert Frost. Look at the lines. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So note the repetition of sounds and the music that they create. Clear? Then there is another device known as hyperbole, hyperbole. It is an unreal exaggeration to emphasize the real situation. It is a type of figurative language, or you can say it is an overstatement. For example, I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. So this is exaggeration of a simple statement. Get it? Now the next thing that must be noted in any poem is the vision. It is the second essential of a good poetry. A true poetry, as we see, is the product of vision or imagination of a writer, because it is the expression of it, and a true poet is one who has the real spiritual insight and can see the truth that others do not see. So this is called the vision of the poet. Next comes the imagery. This is also an essential part of poetry. It is how the poet makes clear all the mental pictures or images by the use of skillful words. In fact, imagery is a literary device that uses figurative language to describe objects, actions, or ideas in a way that appeals to the physical senses and helps readers to picture or visualize the scene as if it were real. Though figurative language can be used to describe the visual appearance of something, imagery also refers to vivid descriptions of sound, taste, touch, smell, and sight. So in this sense, we can say that there are 5 different types of imagery that corresponds with the 5 senses. This we shall discuss later in detail. So imagery is the skillful use of words, and it can include simile, metaphor, and personification, and the poet uses them to describe a scene, real or ideal, in words. He can also use picturesque epithets for this purpose. And another important aspect of a poem is the emotion. A good poetry should have a great appeal to the heart. It should touch the heart. It should arouse emotion. So, we can sum up that poetry springs from imagination, roused by emotion, and is expressed in music and imagery.